Hi students, I hope all are fine. So we have finished this chapter and we are in the midst of doing certain tasks with regard to the grammar and so on. And now we have a short story to be read and to respond to it. Okay, so in this class what we will do is I will just read the story out and we will have a worksheet to do. So once I finish reading the story, you can read it or you can go through it by your own self before doing the worksheet. So shall we move on to the story? Yes, we shall move on to the story. So the story is about an old man who plays or who earns a living with a monkey, okay, with a monkey which performs certain tricks. So this old man would go to different places and use this monkey, and monkey would do certain tricks like magic tricks and some acrobatic things and so on, and the old man would earn a living. And we have a character named Robert. Robert sees this old man, and Robert explains what happens there. Okay, so this particular story, in this story we have a three members or three characters, or rather four characters. And in this story what we will see is how the old man makes a living by towards the end. Okay, only towards the end we will find out that this old man was doing tricks with his monkey and bluffing people in order to get money or in order to make a living. So Robert realizes that on the second time, not on the first time. So we shall just read this and see how Robert realizes that this old man was bluffing people in order to get money. Okay, so the story goes like this. A small crowd had gathered around the entrance to the park. His curiosity aroused, Robert crossed the road to see what was happening. He found that the center of the attraction was an old man with a performing monkey. The monkey's tricks, he soon discovered, were in no way remarkable. So after throwing few pennies in the dirty hat which the man had placed on the pavement, Robert moved off along with other members of the crowd. Alright, so what happened? On a fine morning, Robert sees a crowd of people, and he had the curiosity in order to go to that place. And when he goes to that place, he sees an old man in the midst of the crowd with a performing monkey. This monkey was doing so many tricks and so on. So Robert watches that with the other people in the crowd, and after watching, Robert discovered that okay, these tricks are very simple tricks, and these tricks were no way in uh, any extraordinary tricks. Okay, they are like ordinary tricks only which were performed by the monkey. So Robert, after watching for some time, he placed a few coins on the hat. There was a hat kept by the old man on the pavement on the way in order for the crowd to put the money. So what did Robert do? Robert placed some coins and Robert just turned and walked from that place. At this point, the man suddenly let out a loud cry. Everyone turned to see what had happened. The man was bending over his monkey, which now lay which now lay quite still on the pavement. He picked up the apparently lifeless body and, holding it close to him, began to weep. A young man stepped forward from the crowd and, taking some money from his pocket, dropped it into the hat. Robert and several other people did likewise, until the pennies in the hat were covered with silver coins. Meanwhile, the man continued to hold the dead monkey in his arms and seemed to take no notice of what was going on about him. All right, so now what happened when everyone turned to move away from the old man? That is, after placing the money, Robert says that he turned and moved together with the other crowd. So, what happened when they turned and when they were about to move? The old man lets out a cry. Okay, he makes a loud cry, and when everyone turns to the old man, they come to the old man why to see why this old man was making noise. When they turned to the old man, what happened? Everyone found that this monkey was dead. Okay, monkey was staying still without moving, and this old man was holding the monkey close to his body, and the old man was crying. So the monkey was dead and the old man was crying. So immediately what happened? A young man came forward and put some money in the hat, and together with that, other people in the crowd also, together with Robert, they also gave some coin or put some coin in the hat, and this hat was filled with silver coins. But this old man did not seem to notice all that, okay, because he was still holding on to the lifeless body of the monkey, and everything was fine. A few months later, Robert came across the old man again in another part of the city. The man had a monkey, bought, no doubt, with the money the crowd had given him. It did not, however, seem any better at its tricks than the previous one. Robert was pleased to see that the old man was still able to earn a living, though on this occasion, having partly paid for the monkey out of his own pocket, he did not feel inclined to throw any money into the hat. Okay, what happened? Now, after some months, Robert found this old man again in another part of the city. Okay, he found this old man in another part of the city, and this old man was having a monkey, and this monkey was performing tricks. So Robert thought this old man is able to, Robert was happy that this old man is able to make a living now after buying another monkey from the money the crowd had given him. So what happened? And this time also Robert did not feel that okay, it was not anyway uh, means to say, it was no way in a remarkable manner that this monkey was performing. Those were ordinary tricks. And what did Robert do? Okay, Robert, he paid some money, okay, in the on the first occasion. You remember he paid some money, but he did not, after that, in this occasion also Robert paid some money, but he did not feel like giving more. Okay, he did not feel like giving more, or he did not feel like putting any money into the hat. But the performance was not yet over. Once again the old man let out a loud cry. Once again the monkey lay still on the pavement. The man picked up the dead monkey and, clutching it in his arms, began to weep. The same young man stepped forward and threw some money into the hat. Again the crowd followed suit, except Robert. Smiling to himself, he went on his way, amazed at the man's audacity. Okay, so what happens now? Now Robert was about to turn and move. So what happened? Again this old man let out a cry, and the monkey was staying still, and everyone thought the monkey was dead, and this old man was crying by holding the monkey. So the same young man who put some money in the hat on the first occasion came forward and he put some money, and by seeing that all those people in the crowd, they also went and put some money in the hat, except Robert, because Robert, by this time Robert knew that this old man was making fool of other people, okay, other people, and he was just smiling to himself, and he was amazed at the old man's audacity. Audacity means it's a kind of a boldness, okay, the old man's boldness. So in this story, what we see is about the old man and the monkey. They were able to bluff the people in order to, or they were able to fool people in order to make a living, and Robert realizes that. Okay, that is a short story, and we have a worksheet or some questions connected with this story in the worksheet. Okay, these are the questions. Robert went to the other side of the road because of dash. Okay, it is there in this paragraph. In these one of these paragraphs, you can read that. Okay, once you read the passage, read this short story, you will be able to answer these questions. The second question is the word pavement in the fifth line of para first is dash. Okay, check out the meaning and write it. The old man let out a loud cry suddenly in order to dash. Okay, find out what it is. Why did the old man cry? Then, why did the old man begin to weep? Okay, why did he begin to weep? And what wise thing did Robert do after he watched the monkey's tricks for the second time? So you know towards the end what happens. So that has to be written as a worksheet. So these questions will have to be answered, and it will have to be written in the worksheet. I hope the short story is clear to you. Thanks to everyone, and bye.